Hey guys, it's Shayna Femi. I'm back. It's March. Can't believe the last video was in December. Time is just flying, and I kind of have some news for you. It's really not that much different from the law that I read off in December, but this is an amendment to that law. So we're going to check it out. Just to give you an update, I've been in contact with the Benin Embassy in the US. Unfortunately, they don't have any more information to give other than what's on their website. So yeah, just got to keep check back frequently. That's pretty much the nature of what's going on right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what's going on this website where I found the amendment. It is not the Benin Embassy website that you're used to seeing if you have been trying to locate additional information in regards to how to obtain a Benin citizenship. I'm going to go back to the homepage so that you can be familiar with this website and be able to locate this document yourself. Originally, this website was in French. I'm going to switch it back to French, but if you have Google Chrome, I advise that you go ahead. If you don't know French, go ahead and translate it into English so that it can be much easier for you to locate the document. You're going to go ahead to Document Library, and then you're going to click on Decrees. Alrighty, we are going to scroll down to Decree 2024-1454, amending the obtaining of Beninese nationality by recognition. Now, I had to do some digging for this information. It's not on the Benin Embassy website. It's just me Googling, just Googling all different types of terms, clicking on links, and that link takes me to another link, and so on and so on and so forth. Um, I'm the type of person where if I want information, I definitely go out and seek it. So if you go ahead and click on read, you're going to see the document, the amendment. It is all in French. Even if you download it, it's going to be in French. There is not an English version like how there is for the law on the Benin Embassy website. So if you were to download this document and you try to upload it into Google Translator so it can translate into English, it's not going to work because Google Translator does not translate scanned documents. I had to find that out the hard way. So I had to just copy and paste everything into Google Translator to be able to really fully understand everything that's being said in this amendment. So I will go ahead and switch on over to my Word document that I use to paste the English translated version. And so the very first part of the decree references previous laws, previous decrees in regards to Benin citizenship, the Constitution, things of that nature. It even references the original law that was presented last year for the recognition of Beninese nationality for Afro-descendants in the Republic of Benin. So if you're interested in what all those laws are, they're here. You can look it up yourselves, but I'm just going to go ahead and start with the decree. So Article 1, purpose. This decree sets out the terms and conditions for obtaining Beninese nationality by recognition by Afro-descendants. Article 2, form of the application for nationality. I know it just sounds like weird, but you know how translator works. Sometimes it doesn't translate properly, but you can gauge and kind of figure it out yourself, right? Cool. So the application for Beninese nationality by recognition is sent either by the national territory or from abroad to the minister responsible for justice using a form made available on a dedicated website. We don't have that website yet. Okay. The completion of the form is accompanied by the documents required for obtaining nationality by recognition. Article 3, information to be provided for the form. Any applicant for Beninese nationality by recognition provides on the dedicated site an email address and the following information. You're going to submit your name and first name. So really it's your last name and your first name, right, of the applicant, your gender, date and place of birth, address of residence, your nationality, your current nationality, reference of the identity document. I'm assuming the identity document is something along the lines of a passport. Expiry date of the identity document. So if you do use a passport, your passport does have an expiration date. A name of your father and the name of your mother. I'm not really quite sure what the case may be if you don't know a parent, if you don't know one parent, if you don't know both parents, if you're an adopted child. I don't know what the case may be there, but if you are an adopted child, or you don't know who your father or who your mother may be, this would be a question I would suggest that you call the embassy and you try to get that information. All right, they want to know what your profession is, and optional to provide your telephone numbers. And also they want to know, are you in Benin or are you not in Benin at the time of you filling out the application? Because there's going to be a difference, and we're going to find out pretty soon. All right, so Article 4, documents to be provided in support of the form. So the following documents are provided in support of the application form for nationality by recognition. Any document establishing proof of Afro-descendant, which, again, in the original law, it sounded like you would need proof from a DNA agency. So one of those agencies that you submit your saliva, and from there they're able to determine where your ancestry is from. But here they're not really specifying if it's through a DNA agency or what type of document is needed to establish proof of Afro-descent. So again, I feel as though this probably needs some clarification, because I also heard through the grapevine from people who are well connected in the Benin government is, you don't have to present the DNA agency, the DNA proof, but I'm not taking their word for it, only because it's not written. So I would like to know what type of document is really needed to be able to show proof of that. Okay, let's go on to the next point. Criminal record issued by the competent authority of the applicant's country of residence. So I'm not really sure if they're seeking a clean record, like if you need to submit a document showing there is not any criminal history, or I don't even know if truthfully that's something that can be provided. I think they only show records when there's an actual record of criminality. So I don't know. But that's the second supportive document that they're asking. Third, a copy of the valid identity document. Again, I think that might be in reference to a passport. And let's see here, the fourth point, documents proving the applicant's profession. I'm not quite sure what that means for those who are self-employed. Don't know what that means. Hopefully they will provide more information or more details on what information is needed for professions, like even those who are employed. Are they seeking some type of document from your employer, things of that nature? clarification could be provided here. All right, so Article 5, application made from abroad. So this is if you are trying to apply for Benin citizenship and you're not in Benin, right? You're here in the US, you're in Canada, you are in the Caribbean somewhere, Latin America, okay? So when the application for nationality is made from abroad, the applicant receives at the end of the favorable examination of his application, a provisional certificate of nationality will be valid for 3 years. So it sounds as though if you are applying for this and you are outside of Benin applying for the citizenship, if everything looks good on your application, all your supporting documents look good, they're going to give you a provisional certificate of nationality, only good for 3 years, okay? The beneficiary, which would be you, the applicant who submitted and is receiving this provisional certificate of nationality, will the beneficiary enjoys by virtue of this certificate the right to enter, stay, and exit the territory of Benin. To obtain Beninese nationality definitively by recognition, the beneficiary of the provisional certificate is required to go to Benin to present himself at the structure in charge of acts relating to Beninese nationality of the ministry in charge of justice and to complete the formalities of identification in the National Register of Natural Persons. So what it's pretty much saying is that if you want this to be a permanent citizenship and not provisional, you need to get yourself on a plane and go to Benin and go to the Ministry of Justice building and present yourself. Say, I am a real person. I am this person. And from there, they'll take the necessary steps to be able to give you the definitive, more concrete, more permanent citizenship. Okay, so Article 6, application made from Benin. So if you are in Benin currently and you are submitting an application for the citizenship, this article will be applied to you. The applicant for Beninese nationality by recognition present on the territory of Benin at the time of his application receives an acknowledgement of receipt specifying the date on which he is invited to report to the structure in charge of acts relating to Beninese nationality of the ministry in charge of justice. The applicant who has presented himself at the invitation of the structure in charge of acts relating to Beninese nationality of the ministry in charge of justice completes the identification formalities in the National Register of Natural Persons. That's a whole lot. He will receive, after favorable examination of his application, notification of the decree definitively granting Beninese nationality by recognition. When the applicant's length of stay does not allow him to present himself at the structure in charge of acts relating to Beninese nationality of the Ministry in charge of justice, the application is assimilated to an application made from abroad, and a provisional certificate of nationality is issued and sent to him after the favorable examination of his application. All right, so rewind here. All right, so, okay, so if you let's say you plan on visiting Benin next month, April 1st, okay, and you go there and you start the application for the citizenship and you have all your documents, hopefully, hopefully, depending on the length of time that you're staying in Benin, I can tell you right now, I'm not just from my experience, things take longer than a week. It takes longer than 2 weeks, especially with something of this nature. I would suggest that if you're going to Benin and you're trying to get something like this, And you don't want the provisional, you want the real deal, Holyfield permanent citizenship, I would advise that you try to make your trip at Benin at least a month because you don't want to go to Benin April 1st. Right when you get there, you starting all the paperwork, you're applying, yada yada yada. Now, things are the paperwork is processing, you're having a great time in Benin, and now it's April 14th, you're at the end of your 2 week stay and nothing, you didn't get your invite for you to be able to present yourself, right? You have to receive the invitation. You don't want that to revert back to the provisional, right? I mean, your hopes are is that you want that the real deal. So I would advise you to, if you plan on going to Benin and really doing this and seeing this through, to try to plan to be in Benin for a month. That's just my suggestion. But hopefully, very soon we get an update on how long it will take to get this if you are in the territory and applying for something like this. And yeah, and hopefully we get information soon on this website so everybody can go ahead and start this process. But let's go ahead and move on to Article 7, examination of the application. The minister in charge of justice has the application examined and any verification deemed necessary of the documents produced in support for the purposes of the action to be given to the application. If necessary, additional documents and information are requested. So again, there could be a possibility that they're going to be asking for more documentation from you. And this can prolong the process of getting the more permanent, concrete citizenship there. So just keep those things in mind. Article 8, notification of the decision on application. The decree granting Beninese nationality by recognition or the decision to reject the application is notified to the applicant by the minister responsible for justice. I don't really know how they're going to get that information from you, but I'm assuming since the first thing that they're asking from you is your email address when you're applying, sounds as though you'll be finding out via email. Article 9, official delivery of the final certificate of nationality. The certificate of Beninese nationality by recognition is delivered during an official ceremony organized by the minister responsible for justice. So again, I would advise that if you're going to be going to Benin and really seeing this through, 2 weeks is not enough time. Okay, give yourself at least a month to submit these applications, for the government to process everything, to examine all the applications, and for them to present you with this certificate and a ceremony. 2 weeks is not going to cut it for that. If you're going to stay there for 2 weeks and you start that application, I best believe that you're going to be returning back to get the definitive certificate. Article 10, application study fees. A joint decree of the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Justice sets the amount of application study fees for Beninese nationality files by recognition payable online as part of the application. Again, we don't know what the fees will be. I'm hoping they won't be expensive. I don't think that's the aim here. I don't think the aim here is to collect money. But we'll see. Hopefully, we get that information very soon from the embassy as well. And let's see here, second to last article, application, the Keeper of Seals, Minister of Justice and Legislation. Oh, that's just saying that these are all ministries that are responsible for this application of this decree. And of course, the effective date, which was December 18th, 2024, which is the date that the President Talon signed this decree. So yeah, that is it. Just got to keep our eyes and ears open. I've seen a lot of things. I've seen TikToks in regards to the Benin citizenship, Instagram. So people are talking about it. If you're looking for information, it's there. You just got to be patient and patient with yourself by meaning dig for the information. And if you don't want to dig for the information, hopefully I have found the information and I'll be able to present it to you. But yeah, if you have any questions about this Benin citizenship, feel free to type it out in the comments. I try to get to the comments pretty frequently, but I am a busy mom. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope it was useful information for you, and we'll catch you later.